While learning UX design, we come across few common words that are understandable but hard to differentiate from one term to another. For instance, maybe you understand user-centered design but are not sure about how this is different from design thinking, or you heard about the term user testing, but is that the same as usability testing? In this video, I will be explaining some of the common buzzwords and show you the key difference and how they are different from each other. So without further ado, let's get started. The first one is user-centered design. It is one of the processes of designing an interactive product that meets the user's need. Remember, in this method, users are actively involved in building a product which helps to understand their need. Once Martin said 80% of the maintenance cost come from unforeseen and unmet user requirement. It means if we are unclear about the user requirement, we will have more development changes and cost in the future. In user-centered design, the user involved in every step of the design and help to minimize that cost in the future. The second one is design thinking. Design thinking is where some of us get confused because it is almost similar to user-centered design. Both terms ask you to put yourself into user situation to understand their need, but design thinking is different from user-centered design because it is not limited to UI design. Design thinking helps to create solutions, even come up with a new product idea. If we look at this process side by side, design thinking is highly involved in innovation and ideation. The user-centered design contains user need, task, and environment. The third buzzword we often heard is pain point. The pain point is the different level of problem a user faces while using the product. For example, you go to the site to purchase a cell phone, but you can't find the brand you are looking for, or have no option to see the product based on your budget, or have a long waiting time while you are checkout. These are the pain points to using this product. Usually we define this pain point while creating the customer or user journey map. The next one is user research or UX research. Some people try to find difference between them, but honestly, I can't find any massive difference. Both are the way of researching user behavior, need, and motivation toward the product. It helps to understand how they interact with the product and examine if it meets the user expectation. The next one is information architecture. If you are designing a website or a product, there is different information you are about to show there. But the biggest challenge you are facing right now is prioritizing this information and putting the content in a way so the user find it easily. This is where the information architecture is handy. If you search on Google about the information architecture, you will see this kind of images. But there are more. Information architecture consists of 3 key points. 1. Organizing. 2. Structuring content. And 3 is the labeling content in an effective way. Although this is not directly visible to your user, it plays a vital role in your product backend. The better information architecture you have, the user gain more smooth experience in your product. The next one is wireframe. Wireframing is a part of UX process that helps to picture the skeleton of the application or the website. Designers are using wireframe to give an initial view of the product before they put more details into it. It also helps to gather feedback before jumping into the visual design. Remember, work on your wireframing only after your information architecture is ready. The key reason to create a wireframe is to check the placement of the elements of the page and see how to prioritize the content. I often see people making so many details in wireframes, which makes no sense to me because the wireframe need to be simple and point out how the page navigation should work, but not the attention to the details design. You can focus on the details design in the user interface design, which is my next discussion point. It focuses on the software's look, style, and graphical view. The more intuitive UIs you can make, the better user experience should be. The next one is user testing and usability testing. User testing helps to understand how real-life user will interact with your product. On the other hand, usability testing helps to identify and solve specific usability issue. For example, you are about to launch a product, but before that, you go to the actual user and then test and validate whether the software is working as expected or not. That is user testing. On the other hand, while creating the product, you do testing to check it if it meets the user need. That is usability testing. Even if we talk about the types, A/B testing, focus groups, surveys, and feedback, these are the part of user testing. On the other hand, Gorilla testing, lab usability testing, remote testing, card sorting, these are the part of usability testing. Alright, that's all for this video. You know what to do. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.